Hey party people, welcome back to So Square and Cubed. I am Jamie, hello. I'm doing something new, but not really new. I've read tarot before on my channel. Today I wanted to read tarot for Sagittarius. Right now it is November 25th, so we're like just a few days into like Sagittarius season. But I wanted to do a tarot reading essentially just for Sagittarius season. What do you have coming your way? And the reason why I'm only doing one sign right now is because I work best when I do a 5-card reading. I have a querent, which is the person asking the question. In this instance, it'll be representative of like Sagittarius's. Anyhow, so the querent card will represent the person asking the question, and then I do the question itself, so the question that the cards want to answer, influences from the past, the advice, and then the potential outcome, should you follow that advice. So that's how I read, and I am really good with 5-card tarot reading. And I find that my cards are a lot more clear the more of them that I pull, but obviously you don't want to get overwhelmed, and a 5-card reading can take me about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not an instructor, and the way that I learned how to read tarot, that was weird, might be different than the way you learned. By the way, before we get started, if you are not subscribed already, please don't forget to do so down below. It takes just a second of your time, and if at another time you decide I'm not the creator for you, totally cool. You can unsub whenever you want to. Also, leaving a like if this is content that you want to see vastly lets me know that I should make more content like this. I was gonna do more randonauting, but my body, nope, refused. Can't do it, not today. So, brain gave permission, body said, nah fam. Also, if you would please leave a comment down below. Have you ever had your fortune read? Have you ever talked to someone who does tarot, someone who's a psychic, which I'm not by any means claiming that I am a psychic, anything like that, let me know. And if you believe in tarot, awesome. If you don't, totally cool. If you think it's a party trick, you know, I don't judge. I will say these are my call out cards, and they very much so seem to be aware of things that I am not aware of. But yeah, so I am going to move this here. I have 2 camera angles because your girl's fancy, and this is my secret tome of what all of my tarot cards mean. And then these are the call out cards. I actually do end up relying heavily on my little tome of tarot because my memory is not great in general. So the first thing that I want to do, because these have not been cleansed since the last time I used them, is I want to cleanse them, and I do that simply by going in 3s. You can cleanse your cards however you feel comfortable cleansing your cards. My tarot cloth, I might actually have to move it because it's getting in the way a little bit. I got this from a Spirit Halloween. Yeah, let me actually move my cloth just because it is getting in the way slightly. Anyways, so now, shuffling. I'm not good at shuffling whatsoever, so I do this weird little awkward baby shuffle. And while I'm shuffling, I am just thinking about like Sagittariuses. Who are they to me? What are they like? What's gonna go on for them this Sagittarius season? How are they gonna be? Like, what's up with them? I just kind of go until it feels right. Once I have that, I'm gonna separate it into 5 little stacks. And now this is probably gonna be backwards for you. This is the rightmost card, so I take from the left and move to the rightmost card. First card. Okay, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Death in tarot does not mean what everybody think it means. And I always have to preface the death card with, it doesn't mean what you think it means. For the most part, it just means change, right? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything that you see here that I'm about to put down. We will get to it. We will discuss it. It will be okay. Page of Pentacles. Okay, good. I'm moving these off to the side here because I don't quite have enough room. King of Swords. And, ooh, 10 of Swords. Okay. Sagittarius is, we might have some stuff to work on, but don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. And, okay, Knight of Wands. Not a bad spread. Okay, so this represents my querents, which in this case, it is representing the person I'm asking the question for, which would be Sagittarius's. Just so y'all don't freak out. I'm going to read from my tome of tarot because otherwise I feel like you guys are not going to believe me when I say what I say this card means, which is just change. It's just change. So, death. It is not physical. It means change of one phase into another. Change is happening. It might be death of a situation, death of an idea, death of a dream. Not always like a physical someone is dying, right? There are certain cards that when paired together does mean that, but none of them are here. So you're fine. Stop worrying about it. Take a deep breath. Page of Pentacles, that is this guy down here. Page of Pentacles, this bad boy right here. It is an Aquarius situation, very versatile, in-depth, inspiring, and sometimes, and I say this with all of the love in my heart, sometimes a little bit intolerable. This is the person who was the latchkey kid kind of energy, always very independent, somewhat easygoing, but the bar that they set isn't easily met. Now, this being in the question side of things, kind of makes me feel like some of y'all are maybe not living up to the standards that you've set for yourself, and you're maybe wondering where to go from here, but I will kind of wrap this all up in a nice little bow once I know all of the information here. So let's move to past. Your past influences, King of Swords. King of Swords is a Taurus situation, very motivated by self-conservation, very careful, level-headed energy. Can be dull sometimes if we frame it in a way of don't you ever go do anything for fun, don't you ever go splurge money, etc. It's very meticulous. So that being said, with the question of am I living up to the expectations that I set for myself, am I being independent, am I having that energy, and the past influence of being so meticulous and hardworking and almost to a point where like, not that your life is dull by any means, but it's very planned and thought out. With that in mind, let's move to the advice of the cards, which is Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords represents almost a type of loss, as if you have felt you've been stabbed in the back. It can be loss in any way, death of a dream, idea. Very rarely does this represent a physical death. Like I said, there's a combination of cards that when together does represent a physical death. None of those are present here. So it seems to be like Sagittarius, this was going to be your year, and it just vanished. I get the feeling that with December coming up and the new year coming up, you're a little worried about it. I don't think you have to be. Mostly because a lot of this has been out of your control. None of this was planned. None of this was intentional. This was not foreseeable by any means. It was definitely going to be bad. I don't think anyone realized it was going to be this bad. I think whatever feeling of inadequacy you may be feeling by not living up to the plans that you had made for yourself and not living up to the expectations that you placed on yourself, I think that's breaking your heart more than it needs to. My advice here would be it's okay to grieve. When you do lose something, whether it's a dream or your ideals, your morals, whenever something comes up short, there is a period of grief. And I think going through those stages of grief, you need to kind of feel that acceptance sooner rather than later, just so that you can get past that this year was a complete wash. And I just want you to know that it's okay, and you're not alone in your grief whatsoever. You're really not, and it's okay to go through that process. And if you need support, you need someone to be there for you, find the support, ask for it. Finally, the potential outcome, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, thoughts of business or a new move. This could be something that you're thinking very frequently. As the way that it was taught to me, this is like one of the family cards, meaning it doesn't necessarily just affect you, it probably affects you and those in your closest kind of inner circle. I think I want to pull more on the Ten of Swords because it's not necessarily advice, it's just loss itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles, accomplishment, achievement, nobility. What you see will come to you and you will be successful. See, I told you, you don't have to worry. So, you, Sagittarius, there has been a heavy change in your life. Things have not gone the way they should have. It is completely understandable, and potentially you're feeling feelings of inadequacy, not living up to the expectations that you set for yourself, especially given that in your past you planned things out. Things were supposed to happen. This was supposed to be your year. Feel the loss. Don't fret. What you see will come to you, and that new business move, ideal move, whatever it is that is going to happen, let it happen. Once you feel that loss and you deal with that grief, and once you feel ready and able to move on from essentially losing a year of life, of progress, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna pick right back up wherever you need to be, and you're gonna be okay. So yeah, in short, Sagittarius, don't worry about it. Take a breath. You're gonna be fine. It's your season, and feel your feelings. I reckon maybe not at the end of your season, but towards the end of 2020, as we transition into 2021, you're going to start seeing a lot more improvements. I'm excited for you. I hope you see them. And if you're worried that you're not going to see them, start manifesting them. Anyways, I've been filming for like 45 minutes almost, so I'm going to go ahead and probably end this here. Sagittariuses in the comments, let me know if you found this helpful, if you guys want more tarot readings. I really do enjoy it. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you have made it this far, wonderful. I love you, appreciate you. You're great. And yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. I love you guys. Stay cool, stay cute, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Toodles.